And we are live. Good morning, everybody. This is Saturday Morning with a Side of Tech, episode 6, and with us is Mr. Jordan Keys. Thank you very much for coming back for another episode, Jordan. How are you doing today?
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me again. Feeling good this morning, although a little chilly.
Yes, I think we're all getting some a little bit of chills this year, and at least here in Southern California, we're getting nice cold weather. I don't know, it's winter, it's fall,
Yeah.
I guess. Sorry, I keep saying winter. Um, it's fall. We're supposed to get all of this. So, just want to say, good morning to everybody. Hopefully, Tech episode 6, and with us is Mr. Jordan. I I gotta disable the audio from the video from the from the live show. Uh, learn from your own things. Never have a video running at the same time.
Suddenly started.
Yeah, no, it started on my end because I'm listening to it from the other side. But so I wanted to just maybe check with you back. Since we last spoke, we both kind of did many things, at least XDA related, and even for our own channel. So, what have you been up to since we last spoke?
Let's see. Since the last time, made a lot of videos, played with a lot of devices. Been doing a lot of daily videos. I don't know if I was doing that the last time we talked or not. I've been using this little camera, carrying it around all the time, filming
Yeah.
everything.
Hmm.
Uh, but also went to DroidCon for XDA. Um, that was a lot of fun, like a 4 day event, not 4 day event, 4 days in London. Went out there and filmed a few videos for DroidCon themselves, filmed the video with Honor about the Honor's new phones,
Hmm.
and just sort of went and hung out. Unfortunately, it's an event that's in the London touristy thing, so it was
Hmm.
entirely like 16-hour days working. So 8 to 10 hours a day on the show floor, and then 4 to 5 hours a night editing videos.
I think that's the thing. A lot of people, I think most people don't realize that when you go, let's say you are covering a show or an event, there's a lot of post work that you need to do after you're at the event, where you're already there all day. You're actually doing a lot of work, editing, getting things done. And I think you were doing the vlog. I've been like, I'm obviously one of the fans for some time, and that's one thing that I actually felt that. Even though you watch the shows in the comments, I think it's a good way to kind of connect to see how is it going to London, the different parts, live streaming, and just doing different things, especially like live hangout or even talking with your fans. So I'm glad you were able to give out those battery packs.
Yeah.
How fast did they go? Were you able to give them out all the first day, or did any of them last?
Everything, pretty much everything was gone the first day. There were some 3D printed things that were not. Thank you. Looks like it's breakfast time.
Hey, okay, I'll be right back. I'll go get. No, I'm just kidding.
Saturday morning with a side of tech and breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, the majority of the stuff that I took there to give out was gone the first day, and so the second day I had a bag full of excuse me, a bag full of 3D printed things. And so
Hmm.
everybody would come up, it's like, hey, I gave you something yesterday, but here, have a 3D printed Pac-Man ghost. Or and I think Aaron Dennis, he's been following my channel for years and years, so
Hmm.
he may have been one of the ones that got one of the batteries. But the second day he came back and he started looking through my 3D printed stuff and said, oh, it's a weeping angel, and so he loved it. He took it with him. He sent me a Snapchat later showing it, so he's got that thing at his desk now.
Yes, no, we did. So for XDA, for us, we did the Android barbecue. I went with the guys over to Hearst, Texas, and we did actually trivia for Doctor Who. So that was interesting. It's it's hard to explain from a tech perspective when you go to events that are specific to Android, as opposed to events that are either Google centric or electronic centric, meaning like CES or Google I/O. The community is different. It's more centered around the specific OS, the different renditions of it. Of course, you have TouchWiz, Oppo style, different or the different UIs that are put on this unit, and the community and the support and the fans are just so great.
Mhm.
It's a great feeling just to be hanging out with a lot of. It's literally like you hanging out with your friends. That's the only way I can explain it. I got a chance to meet some of our great fans here from XDA, some of friends I made the last year's barbecue, and of course the XDA crew. They gave out so much stuff they gave out a Nexus 5 and a Moto X Pure Edition. So that was really cool. I couldn't enter. That's what killed it, though. I could not enter. I was like standing there or giving out all these cool things. I'm like,
That's one of the
maybe.
bumps about DroidCon being after the barbecue is there was nothing left over. So DroidCon, our table there, a table full of Cortana. Yeah, we had a table full of stickers. We didn't have the banner because it didn't get shipped properly, so it didn't show up.
Oh, wow.
So we had a piece of paper that said XDA developers. We had a table of stickers, one T-shirt sitting on the table that we weren't allowed to give away. And apparently there's somebody at my house. Gotta love live stuff.
Yes, and I got to talk to you about that at some point. I want to check it out. This is, I would love to be able to get the same time.
Because I can pull this up live on my device and see what's going on. Oh, it's the post office is at my front door.
Yeah, no, I know. For me, it would drive me crazy if I didn't know it, because I always try to keep track of my boxes when they get there, and luckily sometimes I have family over and they'll take care of that for me. But knowing when things are being delivered, because they never knock, that's what kills me.
Yeah,
they never do. That
motion sensor on it. That's great.
Yes, definitely. So either way, for me at least, the barbecue was a really good thing. I got a chance to hang out with some of the guys from the XDA portal, which was for me was a first, because we haven't really communicated before. I've seen their work, so that was also a really good thing for us. And speaking of just work and things that were going on, I noticed both of us, I guess, we've been focusing a lot more on producing and increasing the content on our channels, personal channels. The Twill TV, and then mine TK Bay channel on YouTube. How's that been working for you? As far as I know, the vlog's been picking up some steam. I saw one of your videos talking about the analytics.
Yeah. That funny thing is, because I only started doing the vlogs in like August. If you start looking at the numbers like I did, starting at 0% in like, let's say July, we're up like 2,400% growth. But that's just because I'm doing 30 videos a month on that channel.
Mm-hmm. But it's also the consistency. You're consistently producing your vlog, and I think it's part of it.
Every day at 10 a.m. Eastern, so people know exactly when to expect them, and people are putting I'm going to go work out, and I'm going to have one of these ready to watch, or I'm going to be doing my homework and have this running in the background, or I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'm going to watch this. I'm loving that. So
do you find, since the interesting part that I found where you kind of talked about the analytics were, even though they're technically 15 to 18-minute videos, you're getting a much longer watch time on these type of videos than you are on, let's say other videos that you're putting out. Is that mostly because you feel like the content is building an audience? Is it the type of content? Do you have you thought about what's making it so much more interesting?
So much of it is so personal, and because it's a daily vlog, you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I think that's.
With my day, at the beginning of the day, it's going to be good morning, how you doing? Here's what I've been up to. Later on in the day, there's going to be something where Christina and Duncan are there, and then the end of the day is me wrapping it up. So that may be where a lot of people cut out.
Yeah, but I also like that you throw in a few tidbits, which most people don't realize. It's you give sneak peeks about your tech stuff. That's the
up to be videos that are in the works. Sometimes even
codes,
making the video programming code stuff to here's how.
Yeah, no.
Quickly. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think that's one. So if you guys are watching this at a later time, please definitely check out Jordan's vlogging channel, and it's definitely a lot of. I mean, obviously it's a daily vlog, but it has a lot more information that you wouldn't expect from a vlog channel. Little tidbits and inspiration as to how Mr. Jordan is Mr. Jordan. I need to stop calling you Mr. Jordan.
That's the one thing that I still haven't quite found my niche as far as that's concerned. So I'm just having fun.
That's good. No, definitely. And for me, I don't have the courage to say that I can do the same as far as the vlogs. I've thought about it, but my family, unfortunately, is not as supportive in that sense, because it would end up being me, and that would be kind of not as exciting, I think. So I stick to my stuff. So mostly what I want, actually, maybe that's a good segue. We can also talk about a little bit about what's kind of going on with us as far as work and production level and what we have. I know most people probably have already noticed in the recent time, at least, that the production level on the quality of videos that we have on XDA has obviously the production level has been going up. The quality of videos, the view count's been going up. And one thing that we've noticed that we're also kind of trying to do is bring back the type of content that people want to see. And the quality of the stuff obviously will hopefully match. Have you seen anything? Have you thought about some of the things that you maybe want to do, or what do you think is a good way for us to kind of maybe try to capture some of those ideas? Got to adjust the audio back up.
Yeah, I just saw Finn retweeted our live stream announcement. So Finn, if you're watching, thanks for that.
Yeah, so we've spoke before. We've had different channels, different types of ideas of videos and so on XDA, and even our own personal channels. So that's one of the things that we have. Maybe we're looking for some ideas for you guys if you guys get a chance to see this now or even in the replay. I put in a link in the event itself on Google Plus, and I'll make sure it's in the description of the video once it's done rendering at the end of this. If you guys can actually give us some ideas, we have I think we put together a list of things that maybe they may interest you. We even have a blank option.
A quick survey that says, here's some of the things we've done in the past. What did you like best? You know, what really ticked your boxes? What would make you want to come back to XDA? What would make you want to share the videos with your friends and family and coworkers, things like that? You know, because it's not about me and TK. It's not about XDA. It's about XDA as the community, because that's where the whole channel was founded.
Exactly.
At the very beginning, when it was first started, long before TK and I were even on the channel, a community survey was sent around saying, what would you want to see if we had a YouTube channel? And so, like, the weekly recap was a part of it. Somebody else was doing it at the time, obviously. There were things like device teardowns and device reviews and other things like that were voted up. So we just thought we'd sort of throw it up against the wall, throw everything that we've done up against the wall, and see what sticks.
Yeah, and I think it's a good time to refresh that list.
Exactly. It never hurts just to throw it out there and say, you know, hey, what is it that you guys really like? What do you really want to see?
No, definitely. And I find it, for me at least, it's the challenge of, changing. I changed my editing software, so I'm no longer using, I'm trying to get into a more advanced, a better editing tool than I used to use before. I think I used Power Director before, and it's a great tool, but Adobe Premiere works so much better. I like the flow, the setup, the playback. So a little bit of information. I learned how to edit faster from Jordan's videos by, if you need a editing tool, make sure you have a Shuttle Pro. If you don't, that helps you save so much time. Thank you, sir. That was very good.
Yeah, Shuttle Pro is a ridiculously amazing tool. I still need to do a review of mine. I literally cannot edit well without it.
Yes, and I think
the vlog here last night, and it was kind of painful.
It's a little secret that most people won't show or actually won't mention, because it's such a natural process of editing that you don't think about, maybe people will be interested in it, or even, audio syncing. And I think that was a really cool one from the DroidCon event. I never thought of doing 3 claps. I've always done the 1 at the beginning, but it's so much easier when you do 3, because it's much easier to sync up. The visual sync is much clearer. It would have saved me so much time trying to sync up audio, because it's crazy when you try to do it. I think Adobe has an auto function, and even then sometimes it's a little off. It tries to sync up the audio, but so here's a quick tip for video editing.
Yeah.
From Jordan from DroidCon. 3 claps, not 1, not 2, 3. 3 claps, and that will make your audio syncing life much easier. So please definitely check out the link. Let me know what you guys think as far as the options. We'll look it up, and obviously we'll take it in. We are also looking for, if you're looking to produce new content, if you want to try it out, submit your entries. I'll also try to give you guys a link down there to submit some entries and options if you want to try to produce some things that may go up on XDA. Definitely things. We're looking for ideas. That's really what it is.
How you and I both ended up on XDA.
It takes, yeah.
What was it, 3.5 years ago? Adam Outler put out a video saying, hey, by the way, we need more people to make videos. So if you make this kind of video, get in touch with us. And I just happened, at the time, I was doing a lot of news videos. I've been doing it for 3 years at the time. So I got in touch with XDA, and lo and behold, I worked there then. I think the same kind of thing happened with you. You did a device review, or you did a mod. Or I remember watching your first video. That was fun. your first couple of videos, and it's shot in the dark.
Yeah, how to save your root after you install an OTA on, I think it was an HTC Sensation by Super Curio, and which, by the way, hi Super Curio, if you're watching, definitely a big fan.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's so that's the other thing. You get to talk to the people behind the that you admire and so on. And at the barbecue, I got to meet Chain Fire. That to me was like,
Yeah.
I cannot explain it, but once you meet Yort and you get a chance to talk to him, I even got a chance to meet, I don't know if you ever used ROM Toolbox before. I met Jared Rumler, the developer of ROM Toolbox, that was also at the event. So that was like, he comes up to our booth and he said, is this all of XDA people? And I looked back at him and I said, yes. And I looked and I asked him the same question, is this all of ROM Toolbox development team? And he was very surprised that I knew who he was, because he knew who I was. Obviously he's seen my videos, but when you know a developer is aware of your content, knows that who you are, it's and if there's obviously they like the work that you've done, it's really nice. And there's just so much fan, but definitely that first video was I'm very thankful that XDA took a chance. Let's put it that way. I was very rough. I did it from a cell phone to a cell phone, and but it was the same thing. It was Adam's video, which he actually got it. So I almost feel like we should basically have another video. Maybe just bring back Adam from one video and say, hey, can you make that call again?
Yeah.
No. But if you are interested, please check it out. I think it's a great opportunity, and it's definitely a good chance for you to get some viewers if you want to learn, expand, and it's definitely community-based. Very good work. The other thing I wanted to maybe talk to you a little bit about, so maybe do you have any plans for the near future? I know you're getting more, obviously personal channel stuff. I saw you got the Droid Turbo 2. That's a really cool device.
That's actually how I'm able to be live today. Thanks, Verizon.
Hey, Verizon, we like you. I'm just kidding. Hey, no, not plug. And I finally got my my Nexus 6P yesterday, actually, and I'm getting used to using it. The fingerprint sensor on the back for me is going to be an adjustment. I'm used to having a fingerprint sensor on the front because my Note 5 still has it. So that's one of the other things that kind of a little bit of an adjustment. Even though a lot of people like it on the back, it's actually an adjustment for me.
I had and used the OnePlus 2 right before this, so I got used to using the fingerprint sensor at the bottom front, and now it's so natural having that on the back that it just unlocked my phone and I barely tapped it. I love that. On the OnePlus, it was a lot more required effort to get it to work. Yes,
especially before the last OTA they pushed out out to it. Actually, the sensor was a little bit hard, and it wouldn't. Or actually, there was also a delay. For some reason, there was a delay effect. I don't know why. I had the OnePlus 2, of course, and I did a quick review on it after the OTA. The other thing, are you? I noticed you also, as your quadcopter and a lot of the, flying the quadcopters, is that still a big thing for you? How is that going on?
I've been so backlogged and delayed on tech stuff that I just, for some reason, I haven't been flying anything lately. I've been getting back in touch with some of the companies that I was working with in China, and I do have a couple of quadcopters on the way, so I will be getting back into that. And I do still have a backlog of a few ones that I've paid for myself that I'm going to be reviewing. I just, between weather and so many things going on, it's just like, let's take a little bit of step back. Same kind of thing with 3D printing. I took a little time off from printing things and trying to get back into that now. Always. Yeah, that's actually why I love doing the daily videos, is because it allows people to see, one, what I'm working on, and two, that I'm constantly working.
Exactly. Yes. No. It's one of those things I enjoyed. Well, so for me personally, I did enjoy watching the quadcopters, the flying, as I personally have some, but I don't have my skill level isn't that high yet. Yeah. But I don't know if you've had a chance to check out, but SproutUp has, I think, has a parrot drone that they have a list of people that you may be able to, check it out. I put my name in. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but
it's probably the Parrot Bebop.
Yes, that one.
I almost bought that one. Like, I almost paid for that one.
That one's really, really sick. It looks amazing. The quality of video. I mean, it's not a DJI with the stabilizing setup on the gimbal on it, but it really works. It looks really good, and the controls on it, I feel like, are better because it's actually more of a joystick kind of. You hold the controls on the right and left of the actual controller with the. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So speaking of DJI and so on, how for me at least, I've been enjoying using my my DJI Osmo, which is the other thing I've been playing with lately. It's a nice little tool that it's going to sound like I copy you with everything, and I'm sorry about that. But I actually also picked up from a post that you posted on Google Plus. Have you had any chance to play around with it anymore after the update? Because they pushed out an update, I think.
I haven't even done the update yet. You have to manually do the update, I think.
Unfortunately, yes. It's SD card only.
I haven't put it on the micro SD yet.
Yeah, and you have to and then it takes actually almost 6 minutes. It's not a quick update. Yeah, it's a small file, which I would have assumed would have been simpler, but I'm not sure if that's the actual size of the entire OS. Does it actually do it for the entire format? But they fixed a few things, and for me, the live view option works a lot better. That was my only big thing. Not every time I turned it on, the live view would work. So most of the time, what I end up doing is I just don't even turn on my regular device. And if you guys don't know about it, to actually have live view directly on the DJI Osmo, you need a mobile device, a phone, to connect to it via Wi-Fi. And if you don't have that, you have to rely on the actual unit itself. But if you use it for a few times, you kind of start getting comfortable with it, especially where the angle is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm sure you guys have seen it also. I think Jordan had a few videos on his blog too as well, using the DJI. And so definitely been enjoying that. And then the Nexus 6P for me, I got to work on that as well. I just got that in, and I got to do, I'm tempted not to do an unboxing mostly because I think everybody's done it. There's no mystery what's in the Nexus boxes. It's the same set of things. The one thing I wanted to actually check with you.
Unboxings are kind of the same. It's like unboxing a pair of headphones. You're going to have headphones. You're going to have a USB cable, usually an audio cable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. There's no mystery there. The one thing that I'm interested in that I haven't seen many people speak about is the quick charge on the Nexus 6P. I'm not sure if it's the same on the 5X. It's not typical quick charge 2.0, and
it's not Qualcomm quick charge.
Yeah, and that was the interesting, because I have a lot of Qualcomm quick charge 2.0 adapters, obviously from the Nexus 6, and even with my Note 5 and so on. So have you seen or have you read anything about what it is essentially? I mean, because a lot of this. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What comes with it is a 5-volt 3-amp charger, so it thoroughly powers in through the battery, which means that your phone will say charging rapidly if it's plugged into anything that's more than 5 volts at 2.1 amps. So if you have like a 5-volt 2.4 amp charger, it's gonna say charging rapidly. So I reviewed a while back a couple of TronSmart adapters, and the TronSmart ones will say charging rapidly, even though they're not, the official Google 5-volt 3-amp ones. They're 5-volt 2.4, and they do say rapidly. So like last night, I charged my 5X here, and it said rapidly the whole time.
But it wasn't charging at the same rate that had you been using the brick that came with the actual device.
I haven't even been able. I don't have a way to test the one that came with it to say, this is exactly the amperage it's putting out. But it seems that anything above 2.1 amps will say that it's charging rapidly, which charging rapidly I think is supposed to mean at the fastest rate.
Interesting. Yeah, and that was something I was surprised that they would go away from, especially since they're using Qualcomm chipset. That's the other thing. It's not like they went away from the chipset, but they decided to go with a different technology. Almost. Do you think it may be a limitation of the USB Type-C?
It could. Well, I don't know if it'd be USB Type-C is the problem, or if maybe they're just not using the right USB spec. Maybe it's USB 2 instead of USB 3. I can't remember which one they went with there. But no,
I think it's 2.1. Yeah.
I think it's software, because even on USB 2 on a micro USB port, we were able to get quick charge 2.0 stuff.
Yeah, I think the original Note, the Note 4 had fast charging. It wasn't. Yeah, even though we didn't have quick charge 2.0, we were getting. It says fast charging, and it charges at a faster rate. I haven't done that much testing. I did personally. I do have also some accessories from TronSmart. The one, and maybe I'll show you. The one thing I did get that was something that for me is a lifesaver is this little adapter. It's a micro USB. I'll put it in here. It's a micro USB to USB Type-C connector.
Right.
It converts any cable that you have, because that was the one thing that killed me with the OnePlus 2 is I'm driving or I'm out and I can't charge my device. There's nothing that will plug into it. And you could keep this in your pocket, and any cable that you have, a USB, micro USB cable, will convert. It doesn't do, for some reason, it doesn't support fast charging because I've tried it. It just charges at a regular rate. But now that I think I need to check it out because I guess I received a Transmart car charger that I need to review. It has a built-in USB Type-C cable, and but I haven't had a chance to, because since yesterday morning when I charged up my device and I plugged it in, and this is my love story and how it's going to start with dose. I'm still at 44%. It's 24 hours, and I have 44% left life. I have Wi-Fi on, and I've been getting constant notification. 3 accounts built into this, not one, because that was another thing I like. I want to make sure a lot of reviewers should mention, how many accounts did you set up to sync on the same device that you're testing? And if you're just setting up one, the reality is most of us at least 2. So yes, it's syncing, Google Plus notification, Hangouts, all of that, 44%. And at night, it was almost a straight line. It was just.
Yeah, I usually set up 4 to 5 accounts on my device.
Yeah, no, on average, I have 4. That doesn't include Yahoo and other stuff. I'm talking just Google accounts.
Email accounts.
Yeah.
But I actively 4 of them.
But that's what it is. It's part of it, but the battery life is still running good, and I'm hoping it's not just the honeymoon phase. And once I start loading more apps, so the other thing, so that's one of the things that's coming up on our end. Obviously, the USB Type-C. I'm hoping there'll be more compatibility. There's also a lot of talk I saw on the portal or even on Twitter that when you're getting cables for USB Type-C for your new Nexus devices, not all cables are the same. Just because they are Type-C doesn't mean they're up to the standard that they need to be. So you need to be aware of that. Have you tried different cables at all with yours? Especially, I think you've had yours longer, about 3 weeks now.
No, I've only had, let's see, I've got, I think, a total of 3 cables. I have the one that came with the ZUK Z1, the one that came with the OnePlus 2. I think no, I don't think Transmart shipped any with theirs, unfortunately. But the one that's in the Transmart car charger, and then the one that came with the Nexus 6P or 5X letters.
5X, 5P, future devices. Yeah, no, it is. It's I get confused, and I'm calling Nexus 6 and Nexus 6P. It's almost like they sit next to each other. And I noticed one thing: the 6P is actually taller than the 6. It's like ever so little higher because of the wider bezels they put on both on the top and bottom for the speakers. It's a little taller. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping it was, because it's a 5.7-inch display. I was hoping it's slightly smaller.
Right.
But no. So I'm gonna have to install some type of custom launcher to.
Two front-facing on the 5X, because
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does a mod for that.
Right. Because I mean,
because the hardware's there.
Yeah. Oh well, there'll probably be a mod for it sometime.
Yeah, no. I think I want to remember. I think the Moto X, not the Moto X. I think it was the Moto E or Moto G. One of the iterations had 2 front-facing speakers, and they did the same thing, where they only activated one as a speaker and the other one as a microphone. I think, or no, I think it wasn't a microphone. One was for listening, and one was for playing the audio back. And the audio was on the bottom, and also your notification light, I think, is at the bottom as well, right?
Yeah. So I actually turned mine off. I turned it on just to see it, and then after a couple of days, it's so bright while I'm trying to sleep. Like, nope.
So, but anyway, either way, for us, at least with the device, I'm sure I'm looking forward for your review. The see, now you got me stuttering on the name, but the 5X, the Nexus 5X, not the 5P, not the 6P, not the 6X, which would be the probably next iteration.
Yeah, 6XP.
Yeah. So the other thing I was going to ask is there any? I mean, obviously, all of these devices are out. We're looking into them. We're working on reviews for those. Is there any other devices that are coming up in the near future that are interesting to you, maybe, or that you're looking forward to checking out?
I would definitely love to get my hands on one of Microsoft's new Surface Books or Surface Pro, just to check it out. Because I mean, right now the laptop that you guys are in it's not exactly old, but it's a couple of generations old at this point. It's like an i7 4700 though, so it's not one of the ultra mobile, ultra portable processors. It's one of the high core laptop processors. But I'm thinking that the new Surface things might be interesting to look at. I tried the Surface Pro, the first generation, and it
Hmm.
was just not good for video editing. Uh, but I think the newer ones might be a little bit better, might be a little smaller, a little lighter, better battery life.
No,
But
definitely.
I can't justify throwing down $1,500 to $3,000 for a laptop.
Well, the new Surface ones kind of almost start you at that point when you start talking about the stores. I think the Surface Book is starting, I think, around $9.99 or $8.99 for the base model.
I think
Oh,
it's 15.
15. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
15.99, and it goes as high as like 3,200 if you want it actually specced out properly.
It's going to be a
So
challenge. That's going to be that's a hurdle. The other thing I was going to check with you is obviously we have a new watch. I didn't
oh
notice you talking at all about the watch.
no, I mentioned it in the vlog a couple of times. The
I missed
Huawei,
it.
the
Oh,
Huawei shipped out. It's the Huawei watch. They shipped it out with a return label.
really?
So yeah, so I'm just like, all right, well, I'll check it out for a little while and do a review of it and ship it back. Oh well.
That's
It's
okay.
clear. It's very nice, sleek design. It's got a heart rate monitor built in. About a
Hmm.
day and a half battery life. Let's see. I'm at 96% right now because I just charged it overnight.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, I'm at about 58, 50%, something like that. So
That's about the average of what I get. Yeah, about 58, maybe barely 60, 60%. And I'm assuming you have ambient light on all the time.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no
Uh,
point, in my opinion, no point in having it if you're not going to use it as a watch.
That's the thing. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that would recommend you saying, "Hey, turn it off." But at that point, but what's the point, right? I mean,
Right.
you want to have the ability to basically just look at your watch at whatever angle it's in and see the time, and that's the main benefit of it, you know. And it has the right screen type, the right processor, and I personally I enjoy it. But I actually switched watches both back and forth. I have the Gear S2 as well,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Did you
usually
get
use the Gear S.
data in it, or did you get the?
I got the sport one, not the
I remember
classic.
seeing on your channel about it. Okay.
Yeah, the Gear S, the classic, it was not available at the time. I went down to Best Buy to pick it up, and
Right.
so I really like the sport functionality with the Gear S2 from tracking because it does live heart rate monitoring consistent as you're running.
Oh,
So for me, when I'm doing consistent sport with the Huawei watch, you're able to get it, but you have to stop. You have to get into one position and hold your hand and wait for it to read your heart rate. Where with the Gear S2, it has a sport mode, and obviously, you know, there's the wheel, but the sport mode consistently runs heart rate monitoring, regardless, even if it's moving away from your arm. So I haven't had a chance to see if it's 100% accurate, but it's more consistent, and that's why I like it. So if I'm going for a run. It's also much more water resistant than the Huawei watch. That was the other thing. You can actually dunk it in water, but not that I want to. And then tomorrow I have my 5K that I'm running for the here in the local where I live. So it's going to be interesting. I want to have it and check it out and see how it performs.
have you done a 5K before?
That's mostly what I do. I do 10Ks, half marathons, 5Ks. I call those, you know, run for fun kind of thing. Uh,
You've
it's
done a half. You're
yeah,
5K
yeah.
marathon.
No. And at one point I was getting ready to go for a full marathon. I was up to like 18 miles at the weekend, and then I injured myself. So that was my only obstacle of doing the full. And then at one point it clicked and I said, look, I want to run. I like running and I love running, but I don't want to do it to the point where I get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it and enjoy it. So I'll do 10Ks, half marathons. I'll be basically my max, and it's because I can do it and I can walk away from it healthy and no issues, no damage. And with the 5K recently, at least, I'm not sure if you had a chance to see it on. I'm trying to reduce my number. I'm trying to bring it down to like under 7 minutes, around the 6 minute mile. So that was my goal. I said, why go long? Just go shorter and try to improve the speed, the performance. So tomorrow we'll see how good I do. I'm
I
trying to
think
do it around 20 minutes.
5K was about 25 and a half minutes for me.
Yeah,
So you're definitely doing it faster than I am.
I I focus on it a lot,
Yeah.
and I try to marry the good music, a good tempo, a good BPM music level to what I want to do, and so it's kind of choreographed in a way, but that's what I enjoy it more. And then the cool thing about it is for us, at least this year, about an hour after my run finishes, my son has, they call it a Kit K. It's basically, you know, my son's almost 6. and he's going to be running / walking with me a 1K around the mall area where we are. So I'm trying to get him in that little bug there. You know, hopefully maybe I can get him, because he loves to run everywhere, and this would be a great way for him to just channel some of that energy. You know, it'll be fun. I think it's really good. It's our first kind of, you know, father-son, you know, running at the same time, same event, and they give him an honorary medal at the end for all the participants for the Kid K. So it's going to be nice.
Very nice. My little
Yeah.
one wants to run, but he wants to run the 5K with me, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, you're not ready for that yet. So we've had him. I think he's done a 1K, and I don't know. Maybe next time he'll do 3.
It's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun, and it gets you time to spend time with your son. And speaking of kids, congratulations again in the upcoming near future. I'm sure all your viewers are aware, and
that should be fun for the vlog. Yeah,
that's going to be, yes.
my wife and I are having our second child at the end of the year, so she's large pregnant at this point and uncomfortable all the time.
I remember those days. I remember those days with mine. Yes, the last few days. It's the miracle of life. That's all I can say. It's the miracle of life. It happens. It is, and
that's actually part of the reason why I started doing the daily vlogging, is
Mhm.
because I knew that it was going to be an interesting experience, and it sort of gives me an excuse to be able to say, you know, I'm still making videos, but stuff's going on. This is what's actually going on. You can see, you know, here's what's going on at our family,
Definitely.
our little growing family, and it gives Christina a chance to get on camera as well and be able to say, you know, hey, stop taking him away from us, or something. No, I think she actually wants to do her own YouTube thing eventually. She's wanted to do a blog for a while. She wants to make videos, and it's just, you know, between family and day job and whatever else, she hasn't had time to really devote to anything.
I can imagine some of these things getting picking up traffic too. Once we have the obviously your second child, life changes, dynamics change. I'm sure there's other challenges, and I think that's part of the attraction to the vlog, is you get to see the evolution of things as they go on it, from a daily perspective. So I want to say thank you, sir, very much for giving us some of your time. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you had to eat breakfast with us this morning, which is good. Sorry, it wasn't sent by me, but
well, thank you for having me. Thanks for this. It's always a lot of fun to do these live hangouts.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a sense of just hanging out, talking to a friend, and just hanging out, talking about things that are coming up, what's going on. Definitely, if you guys check it out, check the link in the description. I'll give you guys a link to the spreadsheet. Please give us your thoughts, your ideas, whatever you think about, some of the things that you'd like to see here on XDA, or even from us. We're definitely open to, comments. Again, if you're interested to generate or start maybe making some videos for XDA, definitely check out the channel. And I'll give you guys also information where you can submit your entries. We're more than happy to check out and give you guys some feedback on that as well. But as usual, thank you, sir. And thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure that it'll be up and running hopefully soon on my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions after this, please feel free to comment, let me know, and we'll get back to you guys. See you.